Hi guys, I've been using the Spigen Nano POP for my S25 Ultra for roughly a week or so. I did another video comparing the Spigen Ultra with a budget case on the JTech and I recommended this one. So after a week or so, I have reservations. Despite me recommending this case to be better than the budget case, I have reservations in terms of how well this case is made. There are some issues that I've spotted and I want to share with you guys because this is 25, 26 pounds on Amazon, or buying directly through Spigen might be a little bit more. But I do want to highlight some points that I'm not happy with, and I've decided to hand this back. So here are 5 reasons why this case is going back. So the very first thing is the color. So if you see the box says this is, there you go, you can see here, this is blueberry navy. Can you see? Yeah, okay, this is blueberry navy, and last time I checked blueberry as a color, it's not the same color as this. So you can see in my shirts I've got a lot of navies and a lot of reds in here, and you can see here it's definitely not a navy, right? But it's also weird that at nighttime it does disguise itself as black, but it's definitely in the purple color, and that gets into the way. Every time I'm watching something, I've got a black display and the purple is so prevalent, and it just seems to be a little bit distracting. So that's one of the first thing, is the fact that the color is more purple. I bought it thinking it's navy blue. The second thing is the grip in here. So this grip here, so I don't know, let me bring it up. There's a grip starting from this side running all the way here with the branding, and then it happens on this side too. And initially I thought this grip is really good to hold, but after a while I found it really uncomfortable. This feels like those things that you buy for your heels, where, you know, if you have like a broken skin and then, you know, you can rough them. It's like that. It does feel a bit like sandpaper sometimes. Just hear the sound. And it's like if you have an itch in your hand, you can just scratch it. You see the white marks it leave. This is how rough it is, right? And it becomes uncomfortable when you're holding it. You see, that's how bad it is. And you feel that every time you hold it like this, it makes your thumbs and the supporting fingers here get sore. I guess it's good to have some sort of grip, but the way how they've done this, it's really hard on your skins, right? And third one is it scratches really easily for a skin. Like you can see here, you can see scuff mark. I haven't even dropped the device. This is basically things it's rubbing against, not even in my pocket. So for example, let's just do it for the sake of it. Look here, see, I'm just running my, I don't even have big nails, right? And let's say if you're just grabbing your phone and you accidentally just put your finger on it, and you can see here it scrubs so badly. And you see I haven't got massive nails, and look how much it rubs and smudges. Let's just see if this goes away. See, over time what happens is it does look like it's going away, but you can see all the scratches in here. It scratches so easily. Like all you just need to have is some sort of debris in your pockets, or you know you're picking it off the thing. I've started noticing it after putting it in my with my wireless charger. Every time I pick it up, it started leaving a mark in here. So, and I thought, like, hang on a minute, what's going on? So yeah, so for a case to easily scratch, it's not really good. And especially when it's purple, the scratch gets highlighted really badly, right? I mean, you can see here, that is super bad for a case. I didn't expect that. And you won't get them on cases like that. And the fourth thing is the texture at the back is not really silicone. It feels a bit like, yeah, it's very close to this cardboard feel here. Like you would understand it as you use more. It's very close to cardboard, and it feels very tacky. It feels pretty cheap, and it's not. It doesn't scream premium. I think after a while, you know, you get different senses out of that. And then the fifth one is actually the magnets. The magnets are super weak. So for example, just have a look at this. So you see, this is the magnet. You see, it just comes off. That just comes off. You see the magnet comes off. The magnets on, even though you can see the magnets on here. Take the 12-pound one, for example. You see, that sticks on. I flicked it to a point. See, now it goes off. If I shake it too hard, that's when that goes off. But whereas this one, just a single shake, it goes off. I mean, look at it here. I'm not even holding a hand. Right, I'm just gonna flick it and it goes off. Whereas this one, I flick it, you see, it doesn't go off. In terms of the basic things that this needs to do as a case, this fails on many things in terms of the grip. It's scratching easily. The texture is not that great. The magnets are weak. It's failed on all fronts after a week or so. So I am going to switch back to this case again till I figure out another one. So drop a comment on any case that you might recommend or any case that you think I should buy and review. So the next review is going to be even better because I've now had this exposure in terms of what I need to look out for in the cases. So what I will do is in my next review, I will just look at the grips and the scratchability and then the textures and the stronghold of the magnets. But there is one problem in me switching over. That is, so for example, what this case is good at is actually blocking the magnets with the S Pen. So I can take the S Pen here, write anything I want, and it continues to write without a gap, right? This is really good. But on the budget JTech one, so let's take this off. So on the budget JTech one, oh, this feels really good to hold actually. After going through that grip, you see, this is not going to do anything. Yeah, see, my hands are still red after scratching it. After going through this, so let's say for example, let's clear this. Okay, so now on the budget ones, you can see here, when I draw, sometimes the magnets get into the way. It hasn't done that yet, which is not too bad. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, the magnet doesn't really get in the way. Anyway, it does feel a bit like there isn't a problem with this one, and the switchover would be a lot more easier. Yeah, okay. Fine. So I thought switching from this to this would mean the pen would be impacted by the magnets. The magnets on the back of the case would impact the pen. It doesn't. Oh, is it? Yeah, it doesn't. It did when I initially used this for the first few days. But yeah, happy days. So I will be switching back to the JTag, which is £12 on Amazon. And this one is definitely going back for all the reasons I've highlighted. If you enjoy a video like this, let me know. Till I see you in the next one. Peace out.